One of my favorite things is driving down the road. Anywhere in Austin, I have a station wagon. So the seats are always down, the back windows are always open, and Sweetpea's head is hanging out of one window or the other. And so often, at least once, to and from work, I'll look over and see someone in a car next to me just giggling. She just brings a smile to everybody's face.
Now this is back in January 2 years ago. Actually, it was February. It was Valentine's Day. It was when I got the call the night before about a dog that they'd only seen on a dirt road in the brush, and that's all they could say. They didn't know what road it was.
There had been reports to the police or the animal shelter down there that there was a fuzzy white something on the side of the road that could barely lift its head.
And something drove me to go down this particular road after I was about to give up, and so I did go down this road. It leads to the river, and a lot of people dump dogs near the river. I came across a bunch of dead hog carcasses out here. I think it's also a cleaning area for people bring their dead hogs out here and they gut them and they clean them and then they take them home. I saw something white peeking out of the brush right up here near this fence line over here. And then she ran across the road and then she went into that brush. So I had to crawl through there. It was a little bit barer than now because it was winter time, but it was still rough to climb through. And
Sweetpea was, manged up in horrible, skin and bones, horrible condition. And Patricia opened the back of her truck and called to her, and Sweetpea just slowly walked over, and as much energy she could stammer, jumped in the back of Patricia's truck.
She smelt the food and she trusted me enough to get near the food because she was so hungry. And then once she had it out of my hand was when I just grabbed her, and then she let me grab her, and then she just jumped in the car, and that's when I got her over to the vet. It was right about here. Yeah, because it was right across from this gate.
People come over to my house, I think, just as much to spend time with her as they do me.
Are you offended?
No, not at all. I more want to hang out with her than me sometimes too.
It was winter time. It was February, so there weren't any mosquitoes, but there was water everywhere. Everything was muddy and cold. It was cold and muddy, and she had, there was nothing to her. She just had no hair, no anything. And
knowing I was getting it from someone like Patricia made it that much more special, of course. To take her off her hands, I'd already met her. I knew she'd been in good hands. And she was one of Patricia's favorites that she had in her house, but Patricia just couldn't keep her any longer, and I'm glad I got to take her.